The worst part of this video is that there's going to be some background noise. I can't help it. It's summer in the suburbs. We got cicadas. We got birds. We got people doing some kind of lawn mowing down there. But listen, it's your responsibility to pay attention to this album, The Coldest Profession by DJ Premier Roc Marciano. If you love hip-hop, if you love rap music, it's your obligation. It's 20 minutes long. What are you doing? Come on. You know, who's done more to move this art forward in the mainstream and in the underground than these two guys? You know, and they work together, and we're supposed to sit here and like complain because some of the drums aren't great and because that lawnmower is driving me so crazy. I've already stopped this video 3 times. Just let it go, Skye. It's okay. Just let it go. You know, and the question comes to mind, right? Do producers get to age? We have somehow arrived at a point in hip-hop and rap music where we are allowing rappers to get older. They can get into their 40s, their 50s, and even their 60s, and we're permitting them to do so. We are still granting them viability. We're still giving them listens. We're giving them respect. We're giving them flowers. All sorts of things didn't happen back in my day, okay? Back in the 80s and 90s, you know, Jay-Z was old because he was in his 30s, right? That's just kind of the way the game was. But what about producers? You know, I mean, Timbaland is obviously making himself look pretty foolish with this AI stuff. But even then, even before then, people weren't really checking for him. And DJ Premier, this project came out, but he's not quite getting the respect that he deserves. You know, Marley Marl's kind of MIA. Like, what do we do? Like, how do we recognize and celebrate these great figures? You know, I mean, it's not exclusive to hip hop. It's not like, you know, Miles Davis wasn't getting as much respect. Willie Nelson plays concerts all the time and doesn't even sell some of them out, right? It doesn't matter what the art form is. We don't tend to follow our great pioneers and our leaders all the way to the very, very end of their trail. But this is just great. This is just a great album. It's 20 minutes long. I'll get to the complaints about it, and it's not a perfect album. It is not as good as Roc Marciano is important. It is not as good as DJ Premier is is important, but it is a delightful little chunk of rap music. I mean, when it comes to DJ Premier, I mean, I feel he doesn't get enough respect. I know he gets a lot of respect, and all the hip-hop heads will tell you, oh, he's one of the greats. But do they really talk about it enough? Do we talk enough about DJ Premier, who you could make a pretty good argument is the best producer for Jay-Z and the best producer for Nas? Okay? When we talk about the 90s and we talk about that time period, when we're talking about some of the best songs off Reasonable Doubt and some of the best songs off Illmatic, we're talking about DJ Premier. And that's not even getting into his, like, you know, Gangstar, right? Which is one of the things that birthed all the hip-hop underground. We're not even talking about that Jeru the Damage album, which is really good. I was pissed. I looked through my CD collection. I can't find it anymore. I'm going to have to rebuy that one. You know, I mean, just for me, it really became clear. My brother loved Gangstar, so I grew up liking Gangstar. But it really became clear with the release of this, my favorite Jay-Z album, Jay-Z Volume 3. And after the intro, you know, the first track is So Ghetto. And just So Ghetto is such a perfect illustration of what makes him such an amazing producer. This style that he has. Now, I don't know if it's true. The legend is that he developed his style to get around copyright. So all the little very quick chops and very quick little samples that are scratched and mixed up, that was to get around copyright. I believe it. But it means that he has this unbelievable trademark style to the point where if somebody does anything like that, you go, oh, that's a Premier type beat. That's a Premier type beat. He has an entire style of beats that is so good, so memorable. And what he's able to do, you know what he's able to do? Remember the movies by Michael Bay, Transformers? So I grew up watching Transformers, the cartoon. And, you know, my favorite character, obviously, well, it was all the dinosaurs. But beyond that was the tape machine. But beyond that, of the good guys, was Bumblebee. And they did a really annoying thing in the Michael Bay movies where they turned him from a Volkswagen Bug to a GMC Camaro because of licensing agreements with General Motors. But they did do a cool thing where they made Bumblebee talk only through music on his radio. So he would like cut things up so he would be able to speak, but like only through quoting songs. That's sort of DJ Premier's style. Now, I know DJ Premier was doing that decades before those sometimes fine, mostly terrible movies came out. But that's his style. He's able to talk Even though he doesn't say a word, he's able to talk through his samples and the way that he puts these things together. He's able to give you a sense of history of hip-hop, a sense of history of rap by mixing all these voices together. And it's not just that you're Leonardo DiCaprio going, ah! No, it's not that. It's just this really edifying feeling that you're like talking about this music and this art form that you love with somebody who loves it as much as you do, but who also made it himself. When it comes to criticisms of this album, I want to give a shout out to Hip Hop History Buff. If you don't subscribe to him, then you just don't have a very good hip hop. You don't have a very good subscription, hip hop subscription feed. Okay, so check out Hip Hop History Buff. I'll include a link down in the description. He gave a review of this album, a positive review, and apparently what he says is that people are upset with the drums. This is where I'm going to say something kind of scandalous. Is DJ Premier actually that good with drums in the first place? Is that actually the emphasis of DJ Premier's production? Listen, I did a quick forensic study of beats made by DJ Premier, and what I found was, with the exception of the tracks on Illmatic, which are maybe his greatest legacy, New York State of Mind. Obviously, the drums on New York State of Mind are absolutely insane, but for the most part, even on a song like So Ghetto, right? Even on most of his biggest hits, most of his most successful, influential songs, the drums are pretty chill, and they kind of have to be because he's doing so many samples and scratching things together. Have you heard So Ghetto? God damn. He's mixing together a Steve Cropper sample within a Nino Morricone, and he's speeding up and slowing it down and cutting the things in. Man, you can't have like super ill, awesome drums at the same time as you have all that stuff going on here. So I don't know. That's my retort. Allow me to retort. I'm going to retort like I want to retort to that son of a bitch mowing the lawn over there, but I got no time in my day today. I got 2 doctor's appointments today. 2. Not 1, 2. I'm getting ready for school to start. So yeah. I mean, that's DJ Premier. And this album, to me, is... okay, it might not be peak DJ Premier, but it may not be primo Premier, but it's near primo, and that's good enough for me. That's enough for us to celebrate. That's enough for us to listen to it. That's enough for us to run up the numbers and say, look at this thing that we were given. Hey, Marley Marl, why don't you do this? Please. And then, of course, we got Roc Marciano, one of the most important forces of the invisible Renaissance. One of the most loved rhymers. I think I said this in the last time I reviewed Roc Marciano, but MF Doom is dead and it's terrible. But a lot of what people like about MF Doom is what Roc Marciano does with a pretty consistent basis. I'm not saying that to take anything away from Doom, but I think maybe if we allow ourselves to be demystified a little bit by the science fiction, the multiple personalities, the mask, the marketing, all that stuff, and we just go for just like rhyme, just like bar for bar, it's a lot closer than I think most people would think. My least favorite thing about this album is the forgettable title, The Coldest Profession. I assume that is in reference to the oldest profession, which is what you call prostitution. So, I guess the coldest profession is like pimping, I guess. And there's just too much pimp stuff. I just, come on, man. I don't want pimp stuff. Before I get to review the album, I am the always positive new music review show hosted by a French professor. Smash the like button, subscribe. And I want you to answer this question for me that has bugged me for years. Okay, this is the back of Jay-Z Volume 3. All right? What is he listening to? All right, what is Jay-Z listening to? We have a little kid there. He's back in the Marcy Projects. He's got the little kid, and he's got a CD Walkman, and he's playing it for Jay-Z. What is he playing for him? I always just kind of assumed he was listening to Jay-Z, but then what is Jay-Z listening to from that kid? Okay, you can tell me. So the album starts off with The Arrival, which is the true story of this album. which was literally that they saw each other in the Armani section of, I guess, Macy's somewhere in New York, and they were like, we should work together, and they finally did, which leads perfectly into the best song on the album, Armani Sections. We got DJ Bumblebee on here, these awesome samples, organ sounds, these strings coming in and scratching with Slick Rick and Biggie and Lil' Kim and Nas, and it's, it's making its mission statement clear. This is not going to be a political piece of art. This is not going to be about anything other than just being a great DJ, a great MC, making great rap music, and we're going to be sort of in that 90s style, back when people used to rap about Versace more than they rapped about, I don't know, Rick Owens. Do Americans have to take everything? Can't we let luxury goods be possessed by the Europeans? At least more interesting than Rick. I got them all dressed up in Rick. It's boring. That's Jay-Z's fault. Tom Ford. It's a boring-ass name, too. But Jay-Z made it sound so cool. Jay-Z's made it sound so cool that I've been this close to buying Tom Ford stuff. Never have. And then we just get the unending rhyme style of Roc Marciano. I mean, just unending, just brutal combo after brutal combo. Slick talker, this a tongue lashing me and preen. That's a smash hit like Summer Madness. Will Smith should do the ad-libs while I mac B-words in rich fabrics. Mink dragging up in sax fifth. Maybach G-Wagon ain't even me bragging. Little Ollie sneaking jabs in. Lashing, smash hit, madness, ad-libs, Mac bitch, fabric, sax fifth, dragon, wagon, bragging, jabs in, just multisyllabic. Mosaic. Mosaic is when you have one multisyllabic word that rhymes with two or more words. Escargot, my cargo, best example. We have tons of those here, We have fabrics and sax fifth. Right, jabs in, brag in, just amazing rhythm. And then the second verse, man, this guy's insane. The type of product I got, I'm just going to show you the number of rhymes with the aught sound, okay? The type of product I got, the form of rock, it does not need ice a lot. I might break the watch, scraping the side of the pot. A few diamonds fell out the clock, but it couldn't make time to stop on the block. Shots from the Glock made the Rottweiler collar pop. Let the chopper give him a crop top. Homicide, your body slide off the chopping block like a side of live stock. Dropped a bottle of 8 stock, slipped on slime, thought it was wine. I lost track. Was that 24? But what was important there was, in the middle of all that, he does a thing that Biggie was a master of this as well. He introduces the next rhyme run in the previous one. So he's saying, let the chopper give him a crop top homicide, your body slime off like a side of love. All of a sudden, this I'd rhyme scheme comes in. So it was all chop top, crop top, collar pop, block, clock. And then he throws in a little homicide. Your body slide off like a side of livestock. Slipped on slime. Bitch thinking it's wine. Wi-Fi, high five, divide a pie, ride the pine dimes. Calvin like, mountain climb, powder lines, housewives outside. All those things come together. He weaves them together. Do the same thing like you go to Long Kiss Goodnight. My favorite Biggie verse. He does the same thing where he introduces the next rhyme scheme in the middle of the last rhyme scheme. And all over this crazy DJ Premier beat. We're sitting out here talking about lawsuits. We're talking about Drake suing Kendrick Lamar. I know it's important, and I'll probably end up talking about it more myself too. But come on, everybody. Let's talk about HIP, HOP, rap music. All right, prayer hands. If you don't know, the prayer hands that you see all over the place are from a study for the Heller altarpiece made by Albrecht Dürer. The original piece of art was lost, I believe, in World War II. Kind of a guru sample here, so it's nice having DJ Premier sampling his long-lost collaborator. I praise the Lord for keeping my faith, so I pray, remembering the days of my youth. Man, he talks about like shaving points in games. Man, he's cold. Rock is cold. We link in town car. No, we in town cars the way that we link in, like link in town cars, and they link in together. Good to go as these high winding strings with this rhyme flow comes from. I put EPMD back there. Strictly business, rhyme flow. Good to go. After the show, I'll pull your hoe, boy. I never knew that's what he was saying. I didn't know what he was saying. kind of a nice, weird song. He even raps, Marciano raps about having kind of a haunted crack house. And this whole thing feels kind of this descending bass and just weird and cool, just his weird voice. Can't say I'm proud of everything under the sun I done, but tears, sweat, and blood somehow made me a one of one. Glory Hole. Title. Don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it. But it's a crazy beat. DJ Premier doesn't know how to do drums. Have you heard the drums on this song? This is insanity. This flanger on this hi-hat, double-handed hi-hat, but not too fast with these muted guitar noises. Hey, there's the claims of him not knowing how to use, what's that thing I'm talking about? Drums? Sorry. I'm still getting over COVID. I got that COVID fog, and I haven't really been sleeping. I woke up at 6, and whew. He just starts rapping and just raps so hard. It's just ill. It's a sex song. I'm not a big fan. I'm ballin', your whores is reckless, eyeballing, press the line, drive the foreign, met her at a restaurant, I was torn. I could tell from her vibe her sex was not boring. It's not even a song, really. It's just a beat and a rhyme. And then we get the idea, why is it a glory hole? Shot up the club, blew a hole in the wall. All right. Rock Markable. That just makes me think of Rob Markman, my Culture United colleague. Shout out to Rob Markman. By the way, speaking of people, I have more subscribers than Rob Markman, which pisses me off, okay? Rob Markman is a legitimate legend in hip-hop journalism, all right? And he just does good stuff. Like, he doesn't hardly do any BS. You know, I mean, he'll talk about the lawsuit and stuff, but he just does such great... He, like, shares his history, shares his life. He just comes out. He's not doing... Anyways. Rob Markman, Rock Markable, mixing like Prodigy and 50 Cent. This organ comes in and out. You know, I just re-listened to it again this morning. I just love the space and atmosphere. I love its opening verse. Little slick remarks. I took all that shit to heart. I'm living large. That shit come with the job. Still reeling in cod, bending the fishing rod, hitting different B words when I went here from Wichita, which is why I keep the stick in the ride for a beef like we make in shish kebabs. Travel Fox, a Primo style beat, scratched up. Apparently it's a John Forte sample. That's cool. More harpsichord kind of beat. I've been high since Jamaican was rockin' Travel Fox. That's some kind of obscure fashion group. I don't know. And the album ends with Execution Style on Hip Hop History Buff. Marv. I always say his name wrong. I apologize. It's not Marv. It's like Marv. Anyways. Was saying that people don't like this song because they don't think it sounds like DJ Premier, and it's true. It sounds like Alchemist. But, you know, who would Alchemist be without DJ Premier? Nothing. But still, it's I like the Bring the Ruckus sample. Now I got him backed up, gun to his neck, react what? Nice. The thing is, like, you don't, with rhyming this rich, do you really want Roc Marciano's voice to have to compete with crazy drums and crazy scratching and sampling all at the same time? I'm not sure it can really handle it. I don't know how it works so well with Nas on Illmatic. That's a 400 level class, which I'm not ready to teach, but I'm thinking about developing it. Like, when do drums get too busy for rap? Anyways, they thought me had the ropes, rope a dope, close the windows to your soul, there's no one home. You know how the old saying goes, when in Rome, home we grown everything, the glitter ain't gold, got your main thing stolen, had a game in a stranglehold, shaved the blow, gave it to Razor Ramon, the beat modulates up, blow your noodles out, Execution Style. Great album, super fun. I don't want this to be longer than the album itself. I just want us to celebrate the fact that these two people, one of them's pushing 60, the other is in his mid-40s. I say that because he's my age. He's pushing 50. We're pushing 50. What are you going to do? What did Jay-Z tell us? 60 is the new 20. Ha-ha. Keep telling yourself that, Jay. All right. Well, until next time, have you heard this project? What am I going to do? A Fantano outro? Did you? Okay. Oh, can I do the Fantano intro? What would you rate it? Don't get it faded. There's a like if you like. Notifications. Fuck, man. What does he say? Okay. DJ Premier forever. There's the camera. That was a very bad ending bit. I mean, I've heard him say those things so many times. All right, I got to give this a try. Okay. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? Hit the bell as well. Anyways, that's something like that. All right, there's the camera.